Boosie Badazz live in New York City. You already know what it is. King of the motherfucking hood. You heard me? Down south, big dog. I run this shit down there, man. And that's real talk.
Before Boosie would blow up in the rap game with hits like No Juice, Like a Man, and Trust Nobody. Before Boosie would survive his battle with both kidney cancer and type 1 diabetes.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got nobody hating on you, you ain't doing nothing. They criticize me. They talk about me bad, you know what I'm saying? Say I'ma die from diabetes, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? That just make me stronger. That just make me put that needle in my stomach every day.
Before Boosie's Instagram account would be shut down and he'd reach out to Mark Zuckerberg to help him get it reinstated. All it takes is one glimpse at Boosie Badazz's career to tell you that he's a driven man on a mission. Whether he's battling it out in the music industry to become one of the top rappers in the game or struggling with his everyday battle with diabetes, there ain't no rest for this wicked rapper who's passionate and dedicated to his craft.
Louis booth gonna be ratchet as a motherfucker when I get out. You know how I get cigarettes all on the floor. I was shitting like a fire station. Look, tell it. Let's get it, nigga.
The American singer, songwriter, and actor has been rapping since the 1990s, where he got his start as a member of the hip-hop collective known as Concentration Camp. But he eventually branched out onto his own to pursue a solo career in the 2000s. It hasn't always been easy for Boosie, and he once spent 5 years behind bars for drug and gun-related charges, but he's also managed to release 7 solo studio albums, as well as over 40 mixtapes, making him far more prolific than most people who have spent nearly half a decade locked up.
I could get on BET and host a show. You know what I'm saying? I'm intelligent like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
What's going on, guys and girls? It's your girl Azalea Hart, back at it again with a brand new video. This one taking a look at Boosie Badazz prior to fame, here for you on Before They Were Famous. We're shining a spotlight on rappers of all sorts this month, and while we've mainly been sticking to up-and-coming acts, I thought it would be fun to throw an OG in there every once in a while to keep things interesting. And the one thing you can for sure say about Boosie is that he's a true OG that's still going hard to this very day. Don't forget to follow our new Instagram account at Before They Were Famous to vote on what's next around here. All right, let's get into the story.
Hey, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Boom!
Boosie was born Torrance Hatch Jr. on November 14th, 1982 in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. His mother, Connie Hatch, was once a school nurse who eventually became the dean of students at the local middle school where she worked. His father, Torrance Hatch Sr., was a pastor who sadly passed away in 1997.
He worked every day, but he was gangster. He come from a gangster family, you know what I'm saying? He was in the street. He just got caught up in the streets, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying?
Boosie had a complicated relationship with his dad that sounds a little bit like a love-hate kind of thing, but he clearly respected him.
He brought a lot of pain to us too, you know what I'm saying? My dad used to beat the shit. I'm talking about that. He used to hit us for nothing, man.
He was given the nickname Boosie by his family members and was raised on West Garfield Street in a ghetto on the south side of Baton Rouge. Growing up, Boosie was hardened by his neighborhood, which was notorious for drugs and violence, and generally feared by a majority of the general population.
South Baton Rouge, it's just, you know, it's all the way street. It's all the way gangster, from the bottom to the top.
Boosie got involved with basketball to stay off the streets as much as possible, and he was good enough that there were rumblings he could earn himself a college-level basketball scholarship. But at 14, Boosie's dad was gunned down in the streets, and Boosie moved in with his grandma.
When mama put me out and daddy left the house, she took me in quick and put food in my mouth, go to church every Sunday. I know she in heaven. Now I'm walking around strapped, hoping they test.
Now, growing up without a stable male role model in his life, Boosie turned to drugs and crime. After being expelled from school and with little else left available to him, Boosie took to music to carve a path for himself in life.
This is for granny, why you had to take Big Mama away, Mama? I'm going crazy. I'm all f***ed up. I'm going crazy. I'm all f***ed up.
He teamed up with Baton Rouge rapper C-Lock in the late 90s after being introduced to him by his cousin, Young D, and made his debut on C-Lock's 5th album, It's a Gamble. The streets of Baton Rouge couldn't get enough. Shortly afterwards, Boosie released his debut album, Youngest of the Camp, which sold over 10,000 units. Every hood in Baton Rouge had flyers up for it, and it was a soundtrack of Boosie City. In 2001, he joined up with Trill Entertainment. Soon after, Boosie dropped his album For My Thugs under the newest iteration of his name, Lil Booze. Speaking on what makes his music special, Boosie told The Undefeated, "My music, it does more than make people jump or bob their heads. It touches people. My fans see me and they cry to me. I'm a friend to my fans, and that's different music. You can make music that makes you jump, but you're gonna get tired of dancing. When you make music that sits with people and make people think, it's different." Boosie released his first major studio album in 2006 called Badazz, and he continued to release hit singles all throughout the aughts. But in October of 2008, Boosie was arrested in East Baton Rouge after sheriff deputies found marijuana and a Glock in Boosie's car.
Man, I was so angry when I went to jail, man. That's why I was doing the stupid acts I was doing, getting drugs in the prison, and every day I was high, man. I was just going through it, man. I was like, damn, I'm not allowed to go to rehab?
Less than a year later, Boosie pled guilty to his third offense, possession of marijuana, and he was sentenced to 2 years in prison the very next day.
A local rap artist is serving a 10-year prison sentence tonight.
Torrance Lil Boosie Hatch pleaded guilty to third offense marijuana possession charge and later violated his probation.
The judge then doubled his sentence in November after discovering that Boosie had violated probation while awaiting his sentencing. That wasn't the end of Boosie's struggles in prison. In 2011, he pleaded guilty to smuggling drugs into prison, which added 8 years to his sentence. But his fans struck back at his harsh decision and started the Free Boosie campaign aimed at reducing the rapper's prison time. The campaign helped out, and Boosie was released after only serving 5 years total in March of 2014.
I thought I was dreaming at first, you know, so they surprised me. They got me good. I don't think they wanted the media to pick up on it as fast as they did, so I was just happy.
As soon as he was out of prison, Boosie immediately got back to work. He told The Undefeated, "Jail made me smarter business-wise. I had to read books on music. I had to sit back and find ways to make it through. I'm way smarter than I was hood-wise also. I won't do certain shit I would have done back in the day, and once you get a little older, you wise up. Jail made me sharper and made me a more successful person." Boosie also faced a slew of murder charges while he was locked up, but in May of 2012, he was found not guilty of those accusations.
I was happy. I was like, you know, I'm coming home. Dudes were taking me back. I went back to Angola. On every line, they throwing big parties.
Before getting out of prison, Boosie earned himself his GED certificate in 2013, but once he was finally released from jail, he remained on parole until 2018. During his first press conference after his release from prison, Boosie announced that he had signed with Atlantic Records. His first single for them was Show the World. Then in the fall of 2014, Boosie changed his name to Boosie Badazz and explained to Noisy, "I got tired of just people, grown men, like, what up Lil Boozie? No, I am grown. It should be Mr. You know, I'm Boosie Badazz. More people say badass when they see me than Boosie, so I just stuck with Boosie Badazz."
That's just like Boosie Badazz when I say that almost when I'm coming on every song, because I'm going to let you know who I be.
Then in November of 2015, Boosie was diagnosed with kidney cancer. He had been experiencing days of vomiting and rapid weight loss before his doctors discovered what was wrong with him. He claimed to have lost as much as 20 pounds in 13 days. Boosie opted to have surgery, and the operation thankfully proved to be successful. Today, nearly 5 years later, Boosie continues to live his life knowing that tomorrow isn't promised to any of us, and he remains focused to be the best version of himself that he can be. There have been mistakes in his life, no doubt about it, but Boosie has tried to learn from every one of them and became a better man and artist. He told Undefeated, "I used to always say I wanted to change this or that, but everything I go through, that's what makes Boosie. If I hadn't went through things, then I wouldn't have had it to talk about on a record. So I just feel like everything happens for a reason. I always feel like that." As for where's the rest of Boosie's story, well, I think we'll save that for another video. After all, this is before they were famous. What did you guys think of Boosie's story? Were there any other important details that you think I left out? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to follow our Instagram page at Before They Were Famous to vote on what's next. We've got multiple surveys every day. All right, I'll see you guys next time.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Now, we drop a new video each and every day, so here's a recent drop that you might enjoy. We handpicked that one for you because if you like this video, you'll probably like that. We also got playlists like over here, so click on that if you want to see a whole list of a bunch of videos we've dropped in the past. And if you're new to the Fame Gang, be sure to subscribe and turn on them post notifications, and I'll see you guys in another video. Boom!